My name is George Atkins. I'm 61 years old. I worked as a plumber most of my life. Nothing fancy. Pipes, valves, rust, sweat. Just honest work. But I couldn't fix the one thing that really needed repairing. My relationship with my son. We didn't talk for over 23 years. Not a word, not a message, not a holiday card. He walked out when he turned 18, and I never stopped wondering if it was my fault. Turns out, it was. I grew up with a father who believed emotions were for women and weakness. He never said, "I love you." He showed it through gas money, roof repairs, and yelling at the TV when I changed the channel. So when I became a father, I thought, I'll be the man. I'll pay the bills. I'll protect. That's enough. I was wrong. My son Alex was a soft-hearted boy. He liked stories. He talked a lot, asked big questions about the world. He wanted bedtime stories and Saturday breakfasts, and I gave him cold cereal and silence. I told myself I was too tired, that one day he'd understand, that being physically present was enough. But being there and being available are not the same thing. I still remember the first time I missed his school play. He was a tree, a literal tree in the background. I thought, he won't care. It's not even a big role. But when I came home that night, he didn't speak to me, just sat at the dinner table, fork pushing food around like it had offended him. And that happened again, and again. School trip? I can't take time off. Parent-teacher meeting? Tell your mom to go. Graduation ceremony? I've got a job site that morning. Each time I justified it, but each time a brick was laid in that wall between us. And by the time he turned 18, it was a fortress. He didn't slam doors or yell when he left. Just a backpack, a bus ticket, and a folded note. He said, "Dad, I love you, but I feel invisible in this house. I want to become someone who doesn't disappear when people stop looking." I sat with that note for hours. I drank 2 beers and stared at the kitchen wall. Then I put the note in my toolbox and didn't read it again for 10 years. I was ashamed. But instead of reaching out, I buried myself deeper into routine. Holidays became one-sided. I'd write his name on a gift, but never send it. What if he didn't want it? What if it reminded him of everything I wasn't? Every year on his birthday, I'd look through old photo albums. That crooked smile when he lost his first tooth. The way he used to run to the door when I came home, before he learned I never stayed long. There were so many times I picked up the phone and put it down again. I came close when his mother died. But I told myself, he knows. If he wanted to come, he would. Maybe he did want to, but maybe he thought I didn't. That's what regret really is. A question with no answer. Then came the Thursday that changed everything. I was in my truck, hands covered in grease, messing with a busted speaker. The phone rang. Unknown number. For reasons I still don't understand, I answered it. There was a pause. Then, "Dad." I froze. It had been 23 years, but I knew that voice. Older, more measured, but still Alex. He said, "I'm going to be a father, and I don't want my child growing up not knowing where they come from." I sat there in silence. The world outside didn't matter, just that call. I said, "Tell me where. I'll meet you." We chose a park, neutral ground. I got there early. My heart was pounding so loud, I swear people could hear it. When I saw him, he didn't look like the boy I remembered. He looked like a man who had built himself without my tools, and I admired him for that. We shook hands. Then he pulled me in for a hug. Tight. Real. We talked for 3 hours. He told me about his wife, his job, his fears about becoming a dad, and I listened. For once, I really listened. Then I spoke. "Son, I didn't know how to be what you needed. But if you'll let me, I'd like to try now." He nodded. No long speech, no drama, just a quiet acceptance. In the weeks that followed, he sent me updates, nursery colors, baby names, ultrasound pictures. He asked me about cribs, about which tools to buy, the kinds of things I always dreamed he'd ask, and now, Finally, he was. When Clara was born, he called me. "She's got your eyes," he said. "And probably your temper, too." I laughed. For real, not polite, not awkward. A deep laugh, the kind I hadn't felt in decades, and when I held her in my arms for the first time, I whispered, "I won't miss your life the way I missed your dad's." I lost my son once. Because I didn't know how to love out loud. Because I thought hard work was enough. Because I waited for him to understand, instead of being the one who changed. But life, in its strange mercy, gave me one more chance, and I won't waste it. If you've drifted from someone you love, because of pride, pain, or silence, I beg you, don't wait until you're standing alone at a gravesite. Don't wait until the photo albums are all you have. Reach out, say the hard thing, even if it's been years, even if you don't think they'll answer, because sometimes they will. And when they do, you don't just get them back, you get yourself back too.